Welcome to Era Edges. Today we tell the story of a city built on light, dreams, and reinvention. This is Los Angeles. This is Era Edges Presents, a city where stories are born and myths are made. From the silver screens of Hollywood to the starlit domes of Griffith Observatory, from neon-lit boulevards to sun-soaked piers, Los Angeles is more than just a name. It's an idea, a city built on light, dreams, and reinvention. Today we walk its streets, we climb its hills, and we uncover the story behind one of the most iconic cities in the world, the early days. Long before the fame, before the freeway lights, this land belonged to the Tongva people. For thousands of years they lived along rivers and valleys, calling this place Yanga, the heart of their world. In 1769 the Spanish arrived, and with them came change. By 1781, they founded a settlement called El Pueblo de Nuestra Señora la Reina de los Ángeles de Porciúncula, or simply Los Angeles. Just 44 settlers started what would become a global metropolis. When Mexico won independence from Spain in 1821, Los Angeles became Mexican territory, but not for long. After the Mexican-American War in 1848, California and LA became part of the United States. Then came the oil. In the 1890s, vast reserves were discovered beneath the hills. Wells popped up across the city. Money flowed. So did people. Los Angeles wasn't just growing, it was exploding. By the turn of the century, LA was no longer a dusty mission town. It was becoming something else, something bigger. The birth of Hollywood. At the dawn of the 20th century, Hollywood was a peaceful patch of farmland. A quiet corner of Southern California founded in 1903 as a real estate development. The land was marketed as a healthful, serene place, full of sunshine, clear skies, and the scent of orange blossoms in the air. But what started as a sleepy suburb would soon become the beating heart of global entertainment. Back on the East Coast, filmmaking was in trouble. Thomas Edison, who held the key film patents, was cracking down on independent producers. Lawsuits piled up. Creativity was suffocating. So they fled. Directors and producers packed their gear, hopped trains, and headed west toward freedom and sunlight. In Hollywood, they found something rare: long days of golden light, cheap land, and perhaps most importantly, legal distance from Edison. By 1910, Hollywood had merged with the city of Los Angeles. The timing was fate. Studios began to rise. Among them, Paramount, Warner Brothers, and Universal. Names that would soon be whispered in every home, every theater, every language. Silent films echoed across the world. Charlie Chaplin, Mary Pickford, Douglas Fairbanks, the first stars in a sky about to light up forever. The Hollywood sign. In 1923, something monumental rose above the hills of Hollywood. Bold, white, and nearly absurd in scale, the word Hollywoodland. 43 feet tall, each letter was nailed together with lumber, sheet metal, and dreams. It wasn't about movies, it was marketing. A luxury housing development built high above the city. And yet, the sign took on a life of its own. Its glow watched over a city in motion, watched as silent films turned into talkies, black and white into color, and actors into icons. But time is unkind to symbols. By the 1940s, the sign was breaking down. Letters collapsed. The H once tumbled in a storm. The dream it once sold had aged. In 1949, the city of Los Angeles stepped in. The sign was saved, reborn. The land was dropped, but the magic remained. Today, the Hollywood sign is more than a landmark. It's a symbol of hope, of starting over, of chasing something bigger than yourself. Just like Los Angeles, it's been remade, reimagined, and still stands tall. Santa Monica Pier. The Santa Monica Pier, today, it's a postcard. But in 1909, it had none of the charm it's known for today. The first pier wasn't built for leisure. It was built for plumbing. City engineers needed a way to dispose of wastewater safely. So they built a narrow pier to carry pipes out into the Pacific. Functional, ugly, lifeless. But Los Angeles doesn't let things stay boring for long. In 1916, a second pier was added next to the first, built by a man named Charles Loof, a carousel builder from Brooklyn with a different vision. He didn't see plumbing, he saw potential. Loof brought in a carousel, roller coasters, arcades, and the oceanfront began to transform. Through the decades, the pier became more than entertainment. It became escape. During wartime, it was a place where GIs kissed their sweethearts goodbye. During the Depression, it offered 5-cent laughs in hard times. During summer, it became a ritual. It had something for everyone, whether you were on a first date, chasing toddlers, or chasing sunsets. Today, the Pacific Park Amusement Zone still draws millions. The only solar-powered Ferris wheel on the West Coast still spins over the sea. Street performers, skaters, and sunsets still carry that same old magic. It's not just a pier, it's a living memory. A century-long love letter between Los Angeles and the Pacific Ocean. A place where the city remembers how to smile. The Hollywood Bowl. Not far from the chaos of Hollywood Boulevard lies a sanctuary for sound, the Hollywood Bowl. Opened in 1922, carved into the Cahuenga Pass, it was one of the first major outdoor music venues in America. Its natural shape, a hillside shell, created acoustics that echoed beautifully without the need for walls. What began as a simple community space quickly drew the world's best and most beloved. Frank Sinatra crooned here. Ella Fitzgerald jazzed up the night. The Beatles shook its very foundations in 1964. From classical symphonies to rock revolutions, this was, and still is, a temple of sound. Underneath open skies, the bowl makes you feel something rare, small and infinite at the same time. It's not just a place to hear music, it's a place to feel it. Universal Studios. In 1912, a visionary named Carl Laemmle founded a small company called Universal Pictures. He didn't just want to make movies, he wanted to show the world how they were made. He bought a chicken ranch in the valley and turned it into the world's first major film studio. Back then, audiences were curious. They'd never seen behind the curtain before. So Laemmle did something bold. He opened the studio gates to the public. For just 25 cents, you could watch a real movie being filmed. You'd see cowboys ride, villains cackle, and directors shout through megaphones. In 1964, Universal reinvented the experience, launching the Universal Studios theme park. The backlot tour let guests ride through working sets, dodge fake shark attacks, and escape earthquakes on cue. Over time, it evolved, from a quiet studio tour into a full-blown adventure park. Today, Universal Studios is home to Jurassic Park, Fast and Furious, and the spellbinding streets of Harry Potter world. But deep down, it's still what it always was. A place where you don't just watch the story, you step inside it. Griffith Observatory. Above the city, high in the hills, past the noise, past the rush, there's a place where LA looks up. This is the Griffith Observatory, where science meets skyline. The observatory began with a gift. Wealthy philanthropist Griffith J. Griffith believed astronomy should be for everyone, not just scholars in ivory towers. He donated the land and the funds with one condition, that it always be free to the public. When it opened in 1935, it became a temple to science and wonder. A place where kids could touch meteorites and look through telescopes into the stars. It taught generations how the universe works and reminded them how small and beautiful we really are. But it's not just science. The observatory is also pure cinema. It's been the backdrop for some of LA's most iconic movie moments, from James Dean to Ryan Gosling. It's where you go to see the city and the cosmos all at once. In a city that moves fast, Griffith Observatory asks us to pause, to wonder, to look up. Dodger Stadium. High above the palm-lined streets of Chavez Ravine, there's a place where history echoes with every pitch. This is Dodger Stadium, the heart of Los Angeles baseball. Built in 1962, it wasn't just a stadium, it was a statement. 56,000 seats carved into a hillside, the largest baseball stadium in the United States. When the Brooklyn Dodgers moved west, it changed baseball forever. Los Angeles, a city of palm trees and freeways, became a new capital of America's pastime. Over the decades, Dodger Stadium became sacred ground, home to icons like Fernando Valenzuela, Clayton Kershaw, and the voice of summer, Vin Scully. But this place hasn't always been simple. Built on the cleared land of Chavez Ravine, the stadium carries stories of displacement, struggle, and resilience. Today, it's more than a ballpark. It's a symbol of legacy, of loyalty, of Los Angeles itself. A place where strangers become family. And every crack of the bat sounds like home. Modern LA, a melting pot. Los Angeles doesn't speak just one language. It speaks over 180. It's a city built by waves of immigrants. People who came chasing opportunity, fleeing conflict, or simply looking for a place to dream. Latino families shaped the heartbeat of East LA. Korean entrepreneurs lit up Wilshire Boulevard. African-American communities turned South Central into a cultural powerhouse. Armenian immigrants filled Glendale with the stories of survival and strength. In this city, culture isn't locked in museums. It's alive. It's in every mural, every melody, every bite, every style. Los Angeles doesn't blend cultures, it amplifies them. It's not a melting pot, it's a mosaic, colorful, complex, and endlessly human. LA's role in global culture. A cultural superpower, Los Angeles is more than a city. It's a global cultural engine, exporting imagination, sound, style, and stories to every corner of the planet. The soundtrack of a city, from the poetic rage of Tupac Shakur, born in the East but reborn on the West Coast, to the psychedelic funk and sunburnt grit of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, echoing from Venice Beach to world stages, to the cinematic melancholic glamour of Lana Del Rey, who turned LA itself into a dreamscape. Los Angeles doesn't just make music, it sets the emotional tone for entire generations. Movies, the mythmaker. As the home of Hollywood, LA writes the visual language of the modern world. Its studios tell the stories we all grow up with. Superhero sagas, indie heartbreaks, dystopian futures, and nostalgic pasts. It's where actors become icons, directors become legends, and dreams become franchise empires. Fashion, street to studio, on one block, luxury runways, on the next, thrift stores, skate shops, and streetwear pioneers. LA style is born from contradiction. Laid-back rebellion meets high-fashion minimalism, giving rise to brands and aesthetics that shape global trends. Gaming, pixels, and power plays. From the headquarters of major studios like Riot Games and Activision Blizzard to the epicenter of esports, Los Angeles is a digital capital. Gaming conventions, streamers, developers, they all orbit the gravitational pull of a city that embraces play as cultural expression. A cultural superpower. What makes LA different? It doesn't just reflect culture, it generates it. In music, film, fashion, and gaming, it projects influence that defines decades. Los Angeles is the stage and the spotlight. A factory of identity, a place where culture isn't consumed, it's created. Los Angeles isn't just a city, it's a cultural superpower. From the gritty poetry of Tupac to the California dreaming of Lana Del Rey, from the raw energy of the Red Hot Chili Peppers to the blockbuster brilliance of Hollywood. This city exports identity. It sets trends that ripple across oceans. In fashion, it gave us streetwear royalty, from Skid Row to Melrose Avenue. In gaming, it's a nexus, the birthplace of legends, the host of esports arenas, and the pulse of digital youth. LA doesn't follow global culture, it leads it. But Los Angeles is also a contradiction. Paradise and struggle, glamour and grit. A dream machine built on reinvention, where fame is fleeting, but impact lasts forever. Los Angeles is more than a city. It's a stage, a dream, a contradiction, and a legend. A place where art collides with ambition, and history is written in spray paint, film reels, and sound waves, where every corner tells a story, and every story wants to be told. Thank you for watching. This has been Era Edges.